You see the different lot IDs, and you see if they match. So the first one, 27037N. The second one's 2591J, 25445M, 25924K. Each time you use a new set of Calibrite beads, you have to make sure the lots match up or it will not run.
Okay.
So for instance, if you were grabbing Stacy's, his lot numbers are different. So you would need to put those lot numbers in the system. So you start with your unlabeled. Okay, and you start.
Oh, I see. Unlabeled PE lot, 50 lot. Let me see.
So when you run your beads, they are different.
This is PE.
That's PE.
Right.
So you have two samples you're running, a label and an unlabeled. The unlabeled has about 1 ml of sheath fluid. You can measure with the pipette or you can gauge. That's about 1 ml. The labeled with all 4 will have about 3 mils. And again, you can gauge it. Doesn't have to be exact. We take our unlabeled first, and you vortex. Okay. And you put it in the 1 mil, and you use 1 drop. Okay.
The black is unlabeled.
Unlabeled,
you unlabeled.
Try to mix the solution. Next, you hit run. And it says make sure your unlabeled Calibrite bead tube is running on the cytometer. And you'll hit start. So you go here, put your sample in, make sure you hit run. You can do medium flow. And then you hit start. And you have plenty of beads.
So
it's acquiring the data. So it has detected the unlabeled beads. So while the unlabeled is working, you're going to do the next set, so the event rate is pretty low. When the event rate is low, what you do, you just add a few more beads to it.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So I could actually.
Where do you see the event rate?
It's pretty low. It's at 2.
Oh, I see the event rate.
So I'm going to stop it. What I'm going to do is add 1 more drop of beads. Event rate is much better. This is thinking that it's the unlabeled, so we're going to stop the run, and we're going to restart the assay because it's thinking that it's the unlabeled. So let's start it back up. That's the unlabeled. We just went back to the unlabeled. While the unlabeled is working, we're going to add 1 drop of each of these other beads into our other container. 1.
Oh, including the unlabeled. I see.
And then the last one. Mix this one up. You remove and just make sure your mix tube is ready. And now you put your mix tube. Okay. And then you hit start.
Initiate. Oh, okay. What does the menu mean?
Manual is where this is automatic, where you have to go in and you have to set it up yourself to run.
I see.
For the FITSE, it's telling me that there's not enough FITSE, which is green. So it may not pass the test. So you can always redo this and add 2 drops of each instead of the 1, because sometimes the drops are pretty small.
I see. Three color, nice wash.
So if it didn't do it automatically, you would have to go through and tell the system to do each one of these steps.
Oh, wow.
For instance, if your beads were small or weren't working.
I see. Is this the way it's going through? Set up? Oh, count, sense, picture.
It's going through everything. So
Summary,
everything passed. So everything is good. So these are good when you do your calibration to start off your flow cytometry experiment using these type of parameters.
I see.
So you can start now by setting whatever you're doing with these parameters, unless you know that your parameters at a certain, detector amplifier. So you can always start here instead of trial and error.
Okay, so basically I should use those voltage?
Yes, you can use those initially. So for instance, I don't know what you're working with, but let's say if you're in the FL2 channel, you may want to start with 508 first.
I see, okay. That's it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you can start with these parameters first. Okay?
Let me see. What's the difference here and here? Oh.
So, hey, I'm down in the flow cytometer room. No. Yes and no. Okay, fine. Okay.
The top value and the bottom value.
Okay, so I think these are your minimum values that it passed.
Okay.
So that's my understanding. With the calibration tubes, these are the minimum values, and these are
the
detectors.
I see, okay. That's what the result of those samples, I see. I look at the menu, you say if I change FIC to higher, it can detect smaller size?
Yes. So normally for us, I go down to an E-1.
E-1.
Yeah,
right.
so that's actually lower.
Lower.
So you can do the higher, the lower, but depending because of the granularity of my cells, I go down to E-1.
All right. So what's next?
Okay, so the next thing, you're done. So you stop the run.
Stop the run. Stop the run.
You can hit quit. Stop the run. And quit. And now they're printing out you a copy of your...
Oh, automatically print.
Automatically prints it for you.
Okay. All right. Stand by.
Okay. And then I'm gonna just...
Oh, you are washing it.
No, I'm just gonna put a little bit in here while I... Just to keep the probe moist.
I see.
And then I hit quit.
Okay.
The next thing is CellQuest Pro, and that's the software to do your acquisition and your analysis.
Right.
So with the